Then, in them days, the children were allowed to go to the theatre with the parents, and Vivian Ellicott always used to call us as junior staff. And it's like a proper family atmosphere then. It was great. Well, I went on the stage with Ozzy Morris. He was in Panto, and I was 3 years old. And one of the usherettes took me off my mother, and she said, "Where are you going with that? Where are you going with?" I'm going to put her up on the stage. My mother was terrified. She didn't know what I was going to do. But I just stood there and I did a little dance on my own. And then she took me backstage to meet Stan Stennett and the goose, because I was absolutely besotted with the goose. Loved the goose. But she took her head off, and I screamed, "Please down." And what did you take your head off for? I remember coming to see Wayne Fontana, and I had my first crush was on him. I absolutely adored him. The interval scene, and he's dressed all in silver, singing The Impossible Dream. I'll never forget that, never. I used to help out when I was 16, but not getting paid, just helping the ushers, showing people to the seats, sending programmes. Ryan was lovely. He was the best. He was the top man.
And could he be quite naughty sometimes as well?
Yes. Especially when JC was out rehearsing with the gang show. And he'd come into the staff room and he'd say to the ushers, "Where is he tonight?" "Rehearsals." "Good," he said, "I'm going to do something tonight. Come in and watch." And he'd do something stupid. Oh, the show would go on for hours. Run really late. But it was good fun. Yeah, we used to, all the girls got together, me, Sian, my friend, and we all had yellow ribbons, and we used to wave them over the balcony, tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, and Ryan loved it. And even used to put the false foot on us after that night. Oh, it was amazing, doing that every performance. I met Bernie Clifton and Stuart Gillies. They were in here for a week. Dora Bryan, Ryan, of course, we knew him. Clinton Ford, the Vernon girls. One of them was married to Eddie Large from Little and Large. Ross Conway, he was nice, he was a lovely man. Freddie Parrotface, he was lovely. Oh, it was a wonderful place to work. It was like still like a family. It was just amazing. It didn't feel like you were coming into work, you feel like going on a night out. It was really good. The pantomime was my favourite time of year. I always look forward to Panto. Loved the pantomime. Meeting new friends and made lots of friends. As I'm still in touch with most of them. Graham Cole, Tim from Golden Brandy, Des King, who played Buttons in Cinderella with Ryan and Ronnie, Joe Pasquale, Peter Pan with Michaela Strachan. That was a good pantomime. Oh God, there's so many of them. Cinderella, Kenny Smiles, his pantomimes were always good. Ryan's pantomimes and Ryan and Ronnie pantomimes. Oh, that was Aladdin with the Foremost, Barry Hopkins, Nicky Stevens from Brotherhood of Man. That was so funny because the show was due down at 9:30 and the POWERCUTS was starting at 9:30. So this was about 9:15. They go into the finale song and they sing it really quickly. Thank you very much, thank you very much. But can you imagine singing that really, really fast? And it was just amazing how they did it. And all before the power cut. It was really, really funny. Ryan and Ronnie, they used to do a sketch where he'd come out with a rugby ball and a red rugby shirt on. And Ronnie says to him, "What's that shirt you got on?" "It's my Welsh shirt." Ronnie says, "It's not." "Yes, it is." "No, it's not." "Yes, it is." "Well, why isn't it a Welsh rugby shirt then?" And my brother would shout up from the front circle on the corner and he'd shout out, "No feathers." And then that was kept in the act from that night to the pantomime finishing, and then on the last night of the pantomime, they took my brother on stage in his rugby suit and his rugby ball. And it was just, my brother loved it. And he loved Ryan and Ronnie as well. My brother was involved. He used to work on the follow spots. When I was in town with my friends, and I was coming around the corner, and I could see my mother on the doorstep waiting for me, and she told me, and I just couldn't believe it, and I burst into tears. It was the worst day ever. Well, she used to talk about Molly Sugden, how she was friendly with her, and Wilfred Bramble. She knew him quite well. Yeah, my mum worked at it was the cinema. Well, she used to nag. Come in, any job's going, any job's going. So one day she was walking past, and the manager came out and asked her to come in, and that was it. She stayed here for about 30 odd years. She would have been here longer, but she had to finish because of ill health. Always start on Boxing Day. That was always the opening, Boxing Day. And then it would go on till, oh God, end of March sometimes. They'd be on stage with daffodils for St David's Day. Yeah, you know when the interval was, you'd come out then, get your ice cream ready. Wait for the lights to come up and walk in with your ice cream tray. It'd be piled right up. And it'd be gone like that. They won't be there long enough. Not them days anyway. David Essex was the worst. Oh, the women trying to grab him, and so we had to stand at the front of the stage with our backs to him. And well, it was horrendous because the women would give you sticking looks. Let us near him. No, you can't. Keep back, keep back. It was horrible. We thought we was going to get beaten up at the end for holding them back. Not as bad as the tribute shows. They can get really drunk and they get up dancing and just get out of control. I remember one day, it wasn't me, but it was on the other threats. I'm not sure which one it was, but they said, I think it was my auntie actually, and they said, "Excuse me, but there's someone sitting in my seat." And I said, "Well, let me check," and it was a rat sitting on the top of the seat. So it was my turn to go out, and one of the other girls come in, and as I walked through the door and she walked through the door in, somebody got up and punched him, smashed all the glass jug off the table. Oh, we all run in then after that. Oh, I remember the balls, yes. They had a bell in there, didn't they, to ring. You were supposed to be on stage. I still find it strange now when I come in. I just want to work. Oh, I do miss the theatre. I do. It was my life. Oh, he's a lovely man. Really nice. Friendly. It's got to be Barry, my number one. God. Ryan, of course. Ronnie. Bryn Williams. Glyn Houston. I like them. Little and Large. Chuckle Brothers. Kenny Smiles. I'm forgetting Kev. Our own Kev. Well, going back to the 80s with Vivian Ellicott's production, the audiences were a nightmare. You had to search them on the doors as they come in, take rice off them, take water pistols off them. Like, gladly, they've calmed down a little bit since then. You can't take that in, you can't take that in. Gives me, take cameras off them, and put like tickets on them so they come and collect them on the way out. It was a nightmare. And if I did come in on time, they were all wondering where I was. Where is she? She's not here, she's late. Well, she's not late, but just come in. But I've sort myself out. Count programmes, count the floats. Put all the floats in the little tubs for each door. And wait for everybody to come in then. Just wait for everybody to leave. We used to check the seats. I'll check the seats before we opened up as well. Make sure there's no broken ones. And then check the seats at the end, because somebody broke them when they were sitting there. And then once the auditorium was clear, used to help lock up then. Lock the doors, and then go home. Well, me and a friend, Andrew James Powell, who used to work here then, we said, come on, we're going to go out and buy her a pink Christmas tree and decorate it for her. So we did that for her, and she was chuffed with it. She loved it. Oh, she was lovely. She's really nice. Every time she'd come here, she'd always put her arms around me, give me a kiss. Yeah, the first time Jimmy Tarver and Kenny Lynch came to the theatre in a variety show, I was on the grand circle and I could see this hand come by the backstage door calling me over, so I went over and he said, can you do me a favour and can you get my 2 cousins some seats please to watch the show? And I said, yeah, no problem. And I was like, cousins, I don't think so. They were Welsh, young dolly birds. I know what they were up to. Peter Sanderman. And, well, I was coming in to see the pantomime actually, but one of the staff hadn't turned up for a job and they were short. So Peter said, would you mind working? I said, I don't mind. And that's when it started. Boxing Day on Babes in the Wood pantomime with Ryan. And I haven't looked back since. John Chilvers was a lovely man. But when I was a little girl, he used to frighten the hell out of me. I was so scared of him, I wouldn't speak to him. And he used to come in. Every time I was there, he used to make a point of being there. And he used to stare at me. And I was going, how I didn't cry, I don't know. But I used to be so scared of him. But then after that, then we just used to have a laugh. He was a lovely, lovely man. I loved John Chilvers. And Freddie. Freddie was lovely. One of the best dames, I think, I've ever seen. Yes, he was here every single day, every day, every night. And he was there, he used to greet the people coming in, stand at the bottom of the staircase and say hello to all the customers coming in, which I thought was a lovely approach. And then the foremost was with Barry Hopkins in Aladdin. They were really good. We used to go to clubs to see them when they ever visited Swansea. Tom Foley was good because that's where Brian Connolly started his career. He came in halfway through the pantomime and joined them. So you could say you knew him before he was famous. Yeah. Because he wasn't well known then, he was just Anna Lou and Maria. They used to do a speciality, they used to have dogs doing tricks, and then they used to let pigeons from the upper circle, they used to let them out at the end, all different colours. Burden and Moran was a good speciality. Burden and Moran, they were the ugly sisters in Clive Dunn's pantomime. Well, it should have been Ryan's pantomime, but Clive Dunn played the pass buttons. They did like a magic act, like with little dogs. They called it Saw the Woman in Half. They were really good. And it makes you feel so proud of her, because knowing her from a little girl to what she's become. Yeah, because it was funny when she came down to open the art swing. I was on the door and she took one look at me and she flung her arms around me. She said, oh my God, she said, long time no see. I couldn't believe it. I thought she'd forgotten about me by now, but no, she didn't. So I always remember that point. Happy 125th birthday to the Grand Theatre, Swansea. Love you always.